What's the most brutal full circle moment you've ever seen? My first memory is when I was 9 years old and stole a cookie from the cookie jar because my mom got so mad that she not only dumped washing up liquid down my throat, but also made me vomit onto my bed sheets, the ones I wasn't allowed to clean until black mold started growing on them. And when I got older, she had a change of mind. She shifted away from the borderline torture techniques and began to scream at me for not being perfect. If she told me to tidy my room and I left a spot of dust, then she'd scream at me for being a filthy pig. If she saw a single grade of anything less than 105% on my report card because of extra credit, she would grab a match and light it right in front of me. And when this stopped making me cry, she would try to light my hair on fire with it for that extra pizzazz factor. But my favorite memory is when I moved out at 16 to live with my dad, because he was a fat fucker who couldn't do anything for himself. He couldn't even shower without heaving like it was a marathon race. He didn't even bother cleaning under all his folds, so he walked around smelling like sour cream and onion-flavored chips. He was quite literally a 500-pound spectacle, probably because he was constantly eating all the food in the house while forcing me to eat just one meal every 2 days. But still, his house was practically a holiday home compared to my mother, so I helped with whatever he needed, did all the cleaning, cooking, and even learned how to do his taxes. And he wasn't an insane perfectionist, so it didn't seem bad at all. But when I turned 18, he gave me the greatest gift of all. He committed self-unalive. I still remember the joy that ran through my body that day, knowing I'd get a whole house to myself. And I was in his will, so I received a sum of around $30,000. Paired with FAFSA, this was enough to fund my education. Fast forward to 6 years later, I recently became a qualified paralegal with my first stable income in Toyota Corolla. I felt like I was on top of the world. And by this point, I had heard my mom was living with her friend or something. I wasn't sure of the details, I just knew she was out of my life, and that was enough for me. But when I was around 26, she came knocking on my door. She was in tears, and all of her belongings were in black bin bags. I just stared at her. Apparently, she really was living with her friend, but her friend had gotten so tired of her promising to be better, promising that she'd get a job. She told her if she didn't find a way to make money soon, she would kick her, my mom, out. And instead of my mom making the decision to finally be a somewhat productive member of society, she downloaded an online gambling app and put the entirety of the rest of her savings on red. Sigh. After that, her friend gave her a year to get her life together. And since she never did, now she needed somewhere to crash. I looked her up and down. I was 5'4", while she was 4'11". I looked into her beady, evil eyes. How scared of her I had once been. How my inner child craved love from her for almost my entire life before finally giving up. I wanted to grab the AK-47 from my bedroom and gum her down. But instead I smiled and told her she was more than welcome to stay with me and husband. Under one condition, of course. She had to follow the house rules. She thanked me profusely, and I helped her move into the guest bedroom. The next morning, I woke her up at 4 a.m. with a megaphone. Wake up, wake up! She tried to wrap her pillow around her ears, but I threw it against the wall before beginning to recite the rules. 1. The toilet seat must be sat on and heated for me at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. If I find it cold, then she has to do her business in the front garden. 2. Wake up time is 4 a.m., sleep time is 7 p.m. If she is found awake during those hours, I will take away all her clothing for the week. 3. Water is only allowed to be drank every second day. 4. All chores must be done from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. before me and my husband wake up. If they are not completed, I will do my business in her bedroom for the entire week and she will have to clean it up every time. 5. There must be 2 meals a day cooked to my liking. If it is not done quietly enough, then her meal will consist of the stale bread me and my husband don't want. 6. I will read all her mail, texts, and emails. There must be at least one message sent a day describing what an amazing and beautiful daughter I am. 7. She must remind me each day about how sorry she is for her treatment of me, how I deserved better, and she deserves nothing. And of course, if she doesn't make herself scarce enough, aka if I feel like I'm sick of looking at her, I will drop her. Off at O Block with a packed lunch and water bottle, wearing the skimpiest outfit I can find. She said I was awful, that I was selfish, immature, and rude, but I didn't care. You see, these were the exact rules my mother played my entire childhood with, and for the first 2 days, she actually tried. I was honestly somewhat impressed with her efforts, until the third day came and my husband never came home from work. The rest of the full story is on my channel and linked below.